Hello, beautiful souls. Good morning. When asked to speak today, I decided I was going to come and speak from the heart and share as a clinical therapist and my own journey about the storms that we've been going through. You know, it came to me this week as I was praying about what my heart wanted to say. I was walking, and I don't know if you've noticed, but the shrimp boats have been in all week. And I realized that, fishermen understand the storms and they honor Mother Nature. And part of being a fisherman is coming in and taking care of the boats and getting all the supplies you need and making sure as the fisherman or woman that you get the rest that you need. It's part of the experience of fishing. And really weighing out that the short-term benefits of trying to fish through the storm and get some extra money really could cause a lot of long-term damage. And I kind of sat with the pandemic. It's just one of the storms we are going through right now. And really picturing that if you saw me, it's been about 9 months now, right? If you saw me and I had been a fisherwoman out and my vessel got really lost its way, but eventually crashed ashore, maybe I broke a leg, you'd be like, oh my goodness, Jenny, I don't know how you were able to sustain such a storm and be out there for 9 months. They might write a story about it, they might do a movie about it. You'd be like, such strength, such courage. And all the while, I might be complaining like, nope, I need to get out there. I don't agree with my leg being broken. I'm just gonna try to keep going. I'm gonna limp along and I'm gonna get back out there fishing again. And I've kind of noticed across the board, myself included, a lot of us are doing that. That there's been a huge storm that we're going through and so many people are not allowing themselves to rest and to know how strong you've been. I mean, none of us, even the most skilled sailor, has ever gone through this storm that we're going through. So we're learning together how we're gonna make it through, how we're gonna get there. And none of us really know. We're just kind of working together, figuring it out as we go, as we navigate through this storm. But across the board, what I've noticed that I really want to tell you that it's okay that you're not feeling okay. I'd be a little worried about you if you hadn't felt anxiety, if you haven't felt some depression. Part of what the storm has done is separated us, and we're social creatures. So of course you're feeling a little lonely, and it's shut down, when we have stressors. We would go out and meet with our friends and do whatever brought us joy, and so many of those things aren't really available, or maybe they're unsafe, or they're closed down now. So of course, I just want to let you know it's pretty normal you'd be feeling off course. That if we met each other out at sea right now and saw how tattered our boats are for going through this storm, and not only that, we have this political division, and that's another storm. So it's not one storm, it's two storms. Actually, we got a good 3 storms, if not actually more. But the political division, I honest to goodness don't care who you voted for. What I want you to maybe take a look at is that I see across the board when people are sharing their hearts, the one thing we're actually doing in unity is fighting the misuse of power. It just depends on your belief structure. And what I'm noticing is that the entitlement, as we're awakening as humanity together, that entitlement's kind of like a wave right now that's crashing people out of their boats. And they're treading water. And when we're treading water, all of us get into survival state. There's so many people in just basic survival states, understandably, and fight or flight. So people are fighting each other. But it's kind of like, if I'm on my boat and I'm okay, I'm at peace, I'm in enough of groundedness that if you were treading water and you came over to me, I'm gonna give you my hand. I don't care who you voted for or why you're upset or what you're mad about. It's really a belief structure that, depending on where you are in life, that we're learning to let go and come together. So I like to focus on noticing that unity even if it hurts. Because I don't know about you, I've had belief structures that have tore me up and tore apart my life. I love that song, that No Mud, No Lotus, because I've had a lot of muddy thoughts before I've been able to come up to bloom. And in that, I don't know if you can think for yourself some belief that you had that you've awoken to already, that you realize it hurt you, it hurt other people, and you had no intention of causing yourself such pain, let alone other people. And some beautiful soul came in your life and gave you the hand and says, it's okay, you're forgiven, just come home, come back. Because we're all kind of missing each other. I notice that. It's like we're grieving not being able to connect. And that division that's happening, we're all fighting the misuse of power, just fighting it in different ways. And it's been really hard for me that I have friends treading water, just and fighting. Like, it's kind of, some other friends will jump in the water and fight with them, and they're both gonna end up drowning. Instead of saying, okay, come on, just rest. Come with me and rest for a while. And if there's anything you take away today, I hope it's some rest and compassion. So for me, like, I kind of laughed at myself, but again, it's a common message I'm hearing. Like, when the time changed, I got into bed at like 7 o'clock. And I put on a funny movie, and I curled up, and then my critical voice started, like, Jenny, it's 7 o'clock. You can't curl up in bed yet. You should be doing this, or you should be doing that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna should myself. It's shooting everywhere, right? I'm not gonna do that, because I'm tired. It's hard to witness. And if you're a sensitive soul, just going to the grocery store is hard. Because the anxiety is through the roof, understandably, and people are fighting their own battles within. We're all kind of treading water. And if you're not treading water, I thank you deeply for holding a piece of peace within you. And I say piece of peace like P-I-E-C-E of P-E-A-C-E. And that peace, we've got enough peace for our whole society to be shook up enough to fight the misuse of power. I don't want to say fight, to overcome the misuse of power. And it takes peace to do that. And holding our peace is not easy right now. I admit, like, I've gone into, I have to take a whole media cleanse. Because it's not just what I eat could be toxic, or what I'm drinking that could be toxic. What I'm watching is toxic. And my heart cannot stand watching my friends fight each other, like on social media. I'm, 20 messages going down the post, and I'm like, stop it, it's okay. Because until we're able to sit that, of course, we'll welcome you back. That anytime that I've had realized in my own journey with a belief that caused such harm, I was shameful. It was really hard to admit, it was really hard to come back. And the people who gave me love and said, it's okay, you learned from that. And from that, my passion builds of, I have tremendous compassion for people who struggle with the same beliefs I did, and able to stand there in love when they're ready to come. And my heart's been struggling with those people who aren't ready to come yet, because I'm like, come with me, and then they jump back in. Come with me, and they jump back in. Okay, it's not my job to judge how long they're gonna tread water. It's not my job to judge that. It's my job to keep my peace. And I've reminded myself and a lot of people lately that you might think like it's not enough. Well, yes, it is. Holding your peace is not easy. Getting your rest, if you have a critical voice like me, isn't easy. Because my mind needs to rest, so I shut off the social media. I'll curl up at 7 if I need to curl up at 7. I'll listen to beautiful music. Whatever it is, I'll take a beautiful walk. That's why I take my grateful walks in nature. Whatever it is I need to do, and know that when I do that for me, I'm doing it for you. Because if I don't have the strength when you say, help me up, then I'm gonna fall in with you again. And I remind myself too, that sometimes it seems like the littlest thing, but like, let's say Rosa Parks, she just sat in peace. And she was that tipping point to everything moving. And I don't have to be that one person that's the tipping point. I just want to be that one person to hold my peace. So I know I don't have enough time to go through all things. So I actually created a whole 18-point list you can go to. I'm at gratefulwalks.com, just a blog, but you can download 18 points apiece. I'm going to go over the ones I can, but I also want to honor our time and my boundaries that allow the other things to happen. One of those, again, is just rest. That if I washed up on shore, you know that one nap or one good night's rest is not going to be good enough for my body to finally heal. It's going to take a little while, so be gentle. That critical voice that I know a lot of people have, no, just be gentle. If I had a broken leg, I'm supposed to be extra gentle with myself walking around. And while the cast comes off, it's still going to be a little weak, and I'm finally returning to strength, but that's part of the journey that we're all going through. We all feel a little weak. We all feel a little out of control. That it's okay that you're not feeling okay. But I also want to recognize that it's okay to ask for help. Those of us who know how want to. We don't want to see you struggling in there, and I know you in your space of peace can bring me up, and my space of peace can bring you up. So looking right now, all of our hearts are vulnerable. So looking for that person, whether it's where you worship, or if you're blessed to have somebody in your family or a friend, that you can just say, my heart hurts today. It's too much. And sometimes just voicing it calms it. And certainly the music today was helping. It was perfect, our meditation today. Really allowing whatever it is a little bit more for you right now. It's kind of like our hearts are collectively going through heart surgery. We're all in ICU. You don't have to overdo anything. Actually, you can't. If you try to overdo it, it just causes more problems. And I look to those shrimp boats that have come into shore, and I thank them for reminding me that it's time for us collectively to be in port together. And we're getting everything that we need to be strength enough, to be that peace, to be that kindness, to be that forgiving person, instead of getting caught up in that drama of what's happening with the media or even with my friends. I say things as simple as, I'm noticing we're not in the same belief right now. I love you. Let's talk about something else. I'm not going to fight about it. I'm just going to love you. And I'm going to love myself enough not to get into that conversation. That I've muted some of my favorite people on Facebook because they're fighting about things right now. But I don't want to fight with you. I'm going to hold that space of love with you. That I'm really going to take exquisite care of myself if I need extra sleep, whatever it is that my body needs for some extra nutrition, some extra water, some extra time, that I'm really going to make the extra time to breathe. You can look at it like we're in collective trauma. And I don't know if you know this with the brain, once you've been through trauma, especially if you're triggered, you can't think yourself out of it. You have to go to your breath because your body listens to your breath. So there are so many meditations on YouTube. Find one that resonates with you and get your breath to slow down. And if that's all you do that day, I say thank you for your courage. Thank you for your strength of bringing yourself back in, because it's not easy out there right now. The storms are raging around us. And if I can be of service to help lift you up, and if you are of service to help lift me up, if there's anything you hear today, I want you to really sit with how strong you've been to get through all of these storms. And they're unrelenting. It's still going on. We don't know when it's going to end. But what we do know, as with so far, I always love when the sermon really reflects what I'm saying, that it's in this time that we get stronger. I don't know if you know that if you break a bone, that exact spot gets stronger. You probably won't break it there again. And so in these spaces where we're being broken up, open, we're also getting stronger together. And with that, instead of the critical, if there's anything that you do for yourself today, I hope it's that you find your breath and breathe in some compassion that you're stronger than you know. You're more courageous than you know. You're more needed on this planet. There's a reason you're here right now. Because you're helping someone and you probably don't even know it. So I thank you for being you and walking this path and this journey and being in port together. So thank you and blessings.